Deer's operated deer farms to be released in here.
We don't release deer, to my knowledge, on the native.
It says on the Conservation Department website for Springfield that you guys have gotten deer in the past from deer farms because you guys were concerned about the chronic voice disease that originates in these deer farms. Is that not true?
That's not correct.
That's what was on the conservation website.
So you got incorrect information on your website?
I don't believe that would be. I've never read that on our website.
How much do the people have to pay to hunt in there?
Nothing.
So hunting licenses are free here in
Well,
Springfield?
no, they have to get a managed hunting license. Yes.
Managed hunting license.
But it actually
Proven. It's proven. Yeah, there is facts to back up that as the resources become more available to deer, as you shoot them off, they're going to migrate into that area and cause more of a population concern. Not to mention, if you're concerned about starving of deer, if you kill the strongest, buck in the herd, what does that do to like the newborns that season? They will die of starvation that winter. Am I right? So like, how is starvation cured by hunting? I would like to know how you guys think that starvation is cured by hunting. That's what I want to know.
Contraception or sterilization, that's really costly. That's about $1,800 per animal.
Yeah,
Jersey, they're currently implementing that and they have huge success with it.
Sorry.
And I know since the USDA helps fund your guys' controlled hunts. Like I know
They don't help USDA. I mean, there's
give you guys
federal
money.
taxes and stuff through, but every state agency receives that.
They help, but please admit though that those funds go specifically to stimulate these controlled hunts, because with these controlled hunts, you guys try to get the, not so conventional hunters such as females, such as children, so that way you guys can boost your guys' hunting licenses in the future. That way you get, because studies show, and I know you know this, or whoever does the marketing for conservation knows that after you have your first kill for hunting, you're going to be more enticed to hunt in the future, buy more hunting licenses.
It's a recruiting thing
guys
here.
on your revenue, but I feel like there's other ways that you could generate funds for your conservation center other than issuing these hunting licenses.
I mean, hunting's a tradition in Missouri.
There we go, the
Oh,
tradition.
Yeah,
That's-
Something
That is-
tradition
yeah.
doesn't mean that you keep going.
that it's the right thing either.
Tradition can
Just
make
because
it
we've
possible,
always
but it
done that
doesn't
doesn't mean it's right.
Right now, battery.
But that,
Got it. Got it right. And she's
They
speechless.
also say Missouri, Arkansas is backwards. So I mean, maybe it's time to move forwards. You know,
Get
if
out-
we go to
we're
other
so
states,
primitive.
it's a tradition. Well, let's move forward.
Can I ask you a quick question? So what's the doe to deer ratio? Doe to buck ratio here?
I don't know. I'm actually out of Jeff City, ma'am, so I don't know.
No, like for hunting here. How many does do you have to shoot before a buck? You guys don't have any rules in place for that?
No, ma'am.
So how's that population control?
Don't know what you're talking about as far as the doe ratio on that. I don't know. I'm out of Jeff City, so I don't know.
So do you have a doe to buck ratio that you guys go on inside the conservation center?
here,
Yeah, for the hunt.
whenever I do my game camera surveys in the winter, it's I don't
No,
have those numbers off the
for
top of my
hunting.
head.
For hunting, what's the doe to buck ratio? Because you said it's population control, right?
Right.
So there has to be a doe to buck ratio set in
It
place.
is a requirement for the hunters to harvest an antlerless animal before they are even allowed to pursue an antlered animal, because that is right. We are looking as a population factor.
Okay.
We are wanting to take the antlerless animals out of the population just to decrease the increase or breeding or fawning in the spring.
So
Do you take the antlers out?
That's our goal,
Why
yes.
is everyone trying to compete for like the most number of points on the antlers and everything?
Well, and here we're not using this as a hunting opportunity. We're trying to utilize it as a management tool in Springfield's urban deer management program. So that's why it's a requirement to take out an antlerless before they're even allowed or able to pursue an antlered animal.
Well, from last year
yeah.
on the news, that 15-year-old girl was talking about how many points were on her buck that she just killed. She
It's
didn't
the
say
first one
anything
she
about
ever shot.
the animal, and she
That's
said-
right, but she did harvest her doe.
no,
No, she didn't.
No, she was her first shot.
And I was not there for the interview.
Excuses.
It was up to the news leader.
I think the 50% success rate may have been a little bit misinterpreted. When we use that, correct me if I'm wrong, that was about only 50% of the people would get the number of deer that they could get.
Yeah, I think
okay.
that.
Not that they would take, out of all the shots taken, only 50% would die.
No, for the bow hunting, no, we do have the sources for that. When you shoot a deer with a bow, only 50% of the time it dies, and it actually suffers for more than 2 days. That's a fact. No, we do have the sources for that if you'd like.
Pictures where deer had a bow right through the head,
Yep.
running around and stuff. You know, that's why is there no professionals in there doing that hunt for population control and just citizens? Because I really don't get the point. Sharpshooting versus bow and arrow. So I mean, professional bow shooters.
So it'd be
then.
quick
Because-
without suffering.
Because if we were going to use sharpshooting, we would be having to use a projectile weapon that is not allowed under the Springfield City ordinance of
Well, you could use
discharging
professional
a
archers.
firearm.
Yeah.
Who's
Like-
to
Why not?
say what is a professional?
But not a
Somebody that's
15-year-old.
Somebody
archer
that's not a
with
child?
bow and arrow.
Someone that's not
Or
a
a
13-year-old
crossbow.
girl.
Well,
A crossbow would probably be more effective than bow and arrow.
and
Why are you okay with that and not okay with the
We don't
Oh,
want
we're
to
not,
see them
but we have
suffering.
questions.
I just don't think it's a sincere argument, you know. And what's something
not
something I wanted to ask you? You said this, the population
We
needs
do
to be controlled by
appreciate you
hunting.
guys coming down.
He's trying to talk. He's trying to talk.
Well, he ran out of answers. That's why he has
Ma'am, the
nothing
area's
else.
closed.
Let him talk.
If you want to protest, you can protest over there.
We'll wait.
We're just asking questions.
You want to go up there and
You go,
talk?
you go up the top side.
Why can't he ask a question? One question, and we'll leave.
Question.
So you said you
State law. So why don't we just go ahead
It's
and
about money.
let you guys go back up there
News reporter said she's
and do
going to
your
call me here.
protesting so you can contact, because you're not doing anything right here because you're not going to change anybody's life.
Well, we asked the question of the people that
Getting
actually
facts.
set it up. You know, I mean, obviously you couldn't answer our question, so maybe we can ask her the question.
Well, did they answer your questions?
No, I
had
still
a question
haven't-
for this gentleman here.
Did we answer your questions?
I have a question
Well, I
for him
think it's
here.
time. Let's go ahead.
Can I ask you one more question?